that Idra Ore is found inside the Ruhai mine, and for a gatherer, going there is extremely dangerous. Ribble tries to push the idea and says they should at least ask him once, but her grandfather still refuses. He explains that the Ruhai mine is filled with monsters, and according to rumors, there are even demons inside. Hearing this, Ribble adds that she heard the supply of Idra Ore has dropped because of those demons. She apologizes she mentioned this to Kiru earlier. Her grandmother scolds her and says she doesn't value life at all, and that she no longer even deserves to hold a hammer. She says she appreciates Ribble for bringing Takiru there, but that doesn't mean they would send him to his death just because they are desperate to win the exhibition. And after hearing this, Ribble realizes her mistake and apologizes to Takiru, telling him to forget everything they discussed. But after listening to all of this, Takiru speaks to her grandfather and asks if the ore they need really is inside the Ruhai mine. He then says that if he brings back the ore safely, would they make special equipment for him as a reward, items that only he can use. The grandfather is shocked and asks if Takiru didn't hear what he just said about the monsters. Takiru calmly tells him not to worry, and that whatever is down there, he can handle it. After saying that, Takiru places a piece of the giant crab monster on the table. Seeing this, the grandfather is stunned and says that even B-rank adventurers struggle to defeat that monster. Takiru replies that it wasn't difficult for him at all, and asks them to let him take the job because he can bring the ore back. Hearing this, the grandfather finally agrees. In the next scene, Takiru sets out for the Ruhai mine. Before reaching it, they have to pass through Buira village, which they manage without any trouble. Along the way, Takiru notices that there are two other people riding on the same carriage. They start talking about how strange things have been happening lately. They mention that the poisonous herbs near Robbery Pass suddenly withered overnight, and that there have been strange disturbances in the White Tree Forest as well. Hearing this, Takiru starts wondering if all of this might somehow be his fault. But then he quickly shakes the thought away, telling himself that there's no way that could be true. After that, Takiru finally comes down there. Once he lands, he notices a horse trader's house nearby. Seeing it, he starts thinking to himself how nice it would be if he had a horse too, something he could ride while traveling. Just then, he suddenly hears the voice of the same elf. She is talking to the horse trader and says that she wants a white horse, not a bird. The man replies that for them this creature counts as a horse because it can carry luggage. But if she truly wants a white horse, meaning a white Pegasus, then she should go to Vorial, which is the dwarf kingdom. The girl agrees with him. She is also feeling very hungry now, so she leaves the place. Hearing all this, Takiru thinks to himself that she is heading to the same place as them. Before moving forward, Takiru enters a forest. There, he starts collecting various materials. Suddenly, he sees the same elf again. She looks hungry and thirsty. Takiru decides to help her and gives her water and food, but even after that, he notices a bad smell coming from her. So he uses cleanse magic and completely cleans her. Seeing this, the girl becomes very happy, she then introduces herself and tells him her name is Vel. She says that whenever someone helps an elf, elves always return the favor. She offers to help Takiru with his work. Takiru agrees and says that they will take her help at least until they reach the next town. After that, all of them gather a lot of items in the forest together. Night starts approaching, and Vel says she will go collect firewood. Takiru tells her that it's not necessary because he has magic stones to light a fire. But Vel explains that if they use real firewood and make a proper campfire, other adventurers passing by will know that this is a safe camping spot and can use it as well. Takiru realizes she is right and praises her for her smart thinking. Vel then goes into the forest, but instead of bringing firewood, she comes back carrying an entire chunk of a tree. Takiru looks confused and tells her that they only needed firewood. Vel tells him not to worry. She throws the large piece of wood into the air, pulls out her knife, and unleashes multiple attacks on it. In seconds, the tree chunk breaks into many small pieces of firewood, perfect for starting a fire. Takiru notices that the sword Vel is carrying is an A-rank weapon. In the next scene, Takiru cooks a meal. Vel loves the food and praises his cooking. She then asks him if he is also going to Vorial. Takiru replies that he's going there because he got a job. He needs to collect Idra ore. He then asks her what she is going to do. Vel says that she is searching for the Heaven's White Pegasus. Her sister, Huvertikara, has been waiting for it for a long time. After finishing the meal, Takiru tells her that since he has taken her help again, he should do something in return. Vel agrees. Takiru then suggests hiring her as his bodyguard. He also tells her that he wants to learn the technique she used to cut the wood so skillfully. Vel accepts his offer and agrees to become his bodyguard. Later, it's time to sleep. Bee and Vel snore so loudly that Takeru can't sleep at all. The next morning, they continue their journey, but Takeru has no energy left. Dark circles appear under his eyes because he couldn't sleep all night. Soon they reach a river. Once they cross it, they will enter the Dwarf Kingdom and reach the Ryohi Mountains. After entering the kingdom, they first go to a restaurant and eat a special dwarf dish, which tastes amazing. Vel says that her friend also told her how delicious it was. She mentions that her friend is a legend man. Hearing this, Takeru is surprised and says that he also knows a legend man. Vel explains that her friend is an honorary dragon king and a holy dragon knight of the Stolfus Empire. She says he mentioned going to Belkheim, so Takeru might have already met him. That's when it's revealed that the person she is talking about is none other than Clay. He's sitting nearby eating his food and overhears their conversation. Clay introduces himself and says that Takeru is his friend. However, he is clearly angry that Takeru left town without telling him. Seeing Clay angry, Takeru gets nervous and apologizes. He explains that he did report to the guild, but forgot to inform Clay because he planned to be gone only for a short time. He says he is heading to the Ruhane mine to collect Idra ore. Clay warns him that his rank is too low to get a mining contract there. He also says that the place is extremely dangerous. Takeru replies that the reward will be worth it. Master Grusus promised to make Caesar tools for him if he completes the job. Takeru jokes that if Grusus is extra happy, he might even make him a cooking pot and a complete frying pan. Clay then says that if that's the case, he will go with them. He also needs to visit Voreal to get his spear repaired. Hearing this, Vel gets excited and says that Clay can also become Takeru's bodyguard. Clay agrees, and now both of them become Takeru's bodyguards. In the next scene, they reach the city entrance, but the line is extremely long. Since Clay is a special person, he quickly gets Takeru and Vel inside. The guard escorting them explains that Voreal originally started as a mining settlement built inside massive caves. He welcomes them to the Dwarf Kingdom. Takeru is shocked when he sees the city because the entire place is underground. The guard then tells Clay that the king wants to meet him. Takeru is surprised and asks if Clay knows the king. Clay replies that he does, but their relationship is complicated. The guard corrects him and says that it's not complicated at all. He calls Clay the hero who saved Thunder King Zangam. Takeru asks if that's true. Clay humbly says it's not that big of a deal. He explains that in the past, dwarfs could only do smithing and couldn't use weapons. Because of that, they had to pay tribute to the Demon King. But when the demon saw Clay leaving the place, he got scared and ran away. Where the guard adds that to celebrate that day, they even built a statue. They see the statue, and it really exists, but it looks more like Godzilla than Clay. It doesn't resemble him at all. Clay gets angry and demands to know why such a statue was made. The king says that the statue looks amazing. Takeru then introduces himself properly and hands over a letter from Grusus. The king reads the letter. It is from Grusus, the representative of the Blacksmith Guild in Belkheim's commercial district. The letter requests permission for Takeru to enter the Ruhane mine. The king hesitates and explains that months ago, many demons moved into the mine, causing fear among the people. There are many powerful demons inside. He asks Takeru if he still wants to go. Takeru replies that he does. Clay steps in and assures the king that both he and Vel will accompany Takeru. Since they are skilled warriors, the king agrees. The king then asks them to investigate why so many demons have gathered in the Ruhane mine. Takeru is shocked and says that he came only to collect Idra ore, not to uncover demon secrets. But in the end, he has no choice but to accept the king's request. After that, they arrive at the mine entrance. There, they meet a man named Zumbo, the receptionist of the city's adventurer guild. He will guide them inside the mine. Once inside, the mine is extremely dark. Takeru uses light magic to illuminate the area and starts reading the map to figure out where they are. As they move further ahead, they realize that the ores here are only low level. Because of that, they decide to go even deeper into the mine. Suddenly, 2 spiders attack them. However, Clay and Vel work together and easily defeat the monsters. After going deeper, Takeru notices that the magical concentration in this area is extremely dense. Soon, they reach a path where there is no way forward. Even so, Takeru can sense that there is something beyond this wall. He asks Zumbo if he is allowed to do some mining here, and Zumbo agrees. Takeru tells everyone to step back. He then causes an explosion and breaks through the wall in front of them. Zumbo is shocked when he sees what lies beyond. There's an Indriite vein here, which is even rarer than Idra ore. Takeru scans it and learns that Indrite is actually a crystallized form of Idra ore. Just then, they realize that the demon living inside the cave is coming straight toward them. Seeing this, Takeru starts to get a little angry. He tells Vel and Clay to let him handle this demon because it is their prey. They soon discover that the demon is actually a massive crab. The moment Takeru and Bee see it, their mouths start watering because they both love the taste of crab. Vel and Clay are shocked to see that Takeru and Bee are thinking about eating it.